So I thought that I would just start here by saying, if you feel overwhelmed and like I'm racing through this material, you're exactly right. And that's why I knew when I said, okay, we should learn a little bit about WebMaker, that I really meant for this to be for people who are a little more intermediate in terms of their current skills on the internet. People who, if you're really new to this whole thing altogether, then this might be overwhelming. Doesn't mean that you can't get something out of it. It just means that it's natural that you're going to feel extremely overwhelmed. Even somebody who's fairly comfortable with doing things on the internet might, and technologically consider themselves quite savvy, could feel a bit overwhelmed at everything that there is available here. But now I'm going to just go ahead and take you through how I would perhaps make my create my first make in Thimble, using Thimble. So the first thing that you do is you're going to, here I'm on the WebMaker site, and I've gone to Tools, and now I'm going to select under Thimble, Remix a Make. So I click there, and then what's interesting about it is there's all these makes that come up. This is what's called the gallery, okay? And what I'm going to do is, a lot of this stuff I really don't want. And may or may not even be for Thimble. So you really kind of want to take a look through this stuff, but I'm going to tell you that it might be simpler to start by just filtering the gallery here. So if you're just looking for resources, then you might just come in here and just say, let me just look at stuff that's Thimble related. Okay, now that means whatever you see in here was created in Thimble, which means it's an HTML or a web page. So here we have this guy's, let's check this out. He wants to tell stories with animated GIFs. I haven't looked at this at all, but here he's got a lesson. You can see that it's in this format, and his lesson is how you can make a GIF. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Actually, if you take a look at what he's done, he's got an agenda on the right. He's got a description of what people are going to learn. There's kind of the title, okay? Learning objectives, what you're going to make, and the preparation, what happens in the workshop, blah, 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 all this stuff, okay? So this is just kind of, kind of nice with some links over here for additional workshops, or links rather, different additional resources, and, some other links for tips and tricks, okay? So basically, now that I've said, hey, I kind of like this, what this guy has, what I'd do is I would hit remix. So now, I like what he has, but and that is kind of actually, that's a really cool little logo. I like that, man, what he's done. He's made a GIF zooming in and out on what appears to be a pretty cool looking Mozilla WebMaker logo that he got somewhere. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about the things that I don't like here. And, maybe I don't like that he wrote teaching kit. So now I need to come through here and read through here. And I'll just give you a real basic overview of what we're looking at here. And so you understand a little bit about HTML if you're not really familiar with. But these CSS, this refers to a style sheet. Okay, so with this HTML that we're using here, I think this is HTML5. I'm not 100% sure on that, but basically you can see that everything that what they do is there is a style sheet where all these colors and fonts and items and headings are all defined in advance in a sheet called a style sheet, and the style sheet here would be located at that's going to be used for this is going to be located at this location. Okay, and so what happens is later on when they say, hey, we want to do a header, and how do we want it to look, and they say, oh, make it teaching kit banner. Well, what is this teaching kit banner? Okay, the teaching kit banner is defined in that style sheet. Okay, one of these style sheets here. So it'll explain, oh, I want this banner to be this yellow thing that goes across here. Okay, and so now I can see that the header, it's using a header font. We're going to do this teaching kit banner. He called it teaching kit. I don't like that. this sounds like it is actually for some kind of a workshop. So I'm going to put workshop invitation. Or maybe I'll say invite. Now I'm not too worried that it doesn't fit there, but when I actually want to view it, okay, I should see that it, no, I didn't save it yet, so it's not showing up, but I want to make sure that that fits in there nicely. Okay? Okay, and then I would just work my way down through here. Okay? Look for, right now, you know, just as a beginning thing, you'd be looking more for things that you know you're going to want to change. So this is amazing GIFs, they call them. I know they call them GIFs, but I always still think of them as GIFs. And I know that I have some web making friends who think I'm pretty stupid for doing that. Okay, so I'm renaming this here. And then it says made by, and this guy has got a link to his website, and then that his name. Now this little A, the bracket with the A, and then that H, that's an HTML link. Okay, so this is a link that's in here. So now that I don't want this to go there, I want the link to go to my web page. So I'm going to put chsmath.org, because that's the web page there, by Dan Tamander. So now you can see that I've got a link here that should go directly to my school's homepage. Okay, my math class's homepage actually. Okay, and then I'm really not going to mess with the rest of this. You know, I would say that you have a UL here, an unordered list, but what would happen if I change this? So this is right down here where you have these bullets, okay? What happened if I change this to an ordered list? Okay, well, I started it, you might notice right here that I just changed UL to OL, and then down here it's saying, wait, what about that OL, right? So now we got a matching set, and look what happens. The orders, an ordered list is going to be numbered, right? So that there's some sense that the order is important, whereas an unordered list is, you know, not numbered but bulleted. So if I were doing this, I might list those as ordered lists. I think that that's probably what I would do. Okay? So now you can see, I'm not going to go through the rest of this, but you can see that you could go in here and you could put your entire lesson plan together in here and save it online and share it with your colleagues and amaze them, because people who can do coding in this day and age are the wizards, right? Of this day and age. And everybody else wonders how things get done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to give it a name. I don't want it to have his name, so I'm going to name it Mr. T's GIF Workshop Invitation. Okay, and down here I would, I'm going to let them use this thumbnail. I could pick a different thumbnail if I wanted to, and then over here the description. So the thumbnail is the thing that shows up on your web page when you're up there, like up in here. You might see some of these. There's the thumbnail for Google Mail. It looks like that red envelope with the M on it, and there's the calendar, Google Drive. So if I had a different thumbnail that was for my brand, I would use that. Okay, but I'm just going to leave that for now. So since he shared that, I now have created my own make. Okay, and when I click on this link, it is not going to, I've got to fix that. I've got to fix that link. It wants to go to, I just put in chsmath.org, and I better go to, let me put it in this way, chsmath.org. But notice that after it's been pulled up, well, I'm going to have to toy around with what is wrong with my, here we go. Let's see. So now let me show you. Now that I've got his, I remixed that. I'm closing that. That came from the gallery, and I'm going to close the gallery. Here is mine, which is currently saved as that name. But now I need to come down here and find out, why did this not go where I wanted it to go? So That was, let's see, up here near the top, in the text, in the hyperlink. And where do we have it here? So there's the thumbnail, there's the title, Remix the City, and it's a workshop invite, and made by chsmath.org. Not working. I wonder if I should put http p:// and let's try that. So now I hit save again, save, try that link, let's close that other one out, and let's see if it brings up my page. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it just needed a little more information about how to get there. And now you see that's how it's done. So I can actually, now I'm on my web page, I can, go wherever. I didn't mean to do that though right now. But that's how you actually can create your own. So I'm done sharing that with you, and I need you to get working on it yourself.